All right, so Andy, I got good news. Dennis Miller is back. He is back. And back with a vengeance. Andy, we have talked in the past, a couple of weeks ago, maybe it was a month ago, maybe it was 2 months ago. I can't keep track of time. Time's dilating. We talked about one. Oh, thank you. We talked about Dennis Miller announcing that he wanted to get less political, and we are now all blessed with the fruits of that endeavor. He has gone on to Jimmy Fallon. Now, listen, I want you to just be calm, okay? Because these two together in the same sort of like clip could be too much for you. I don't want to be responsible for anything horrible that happens.
It's going to be, when he goes on shows now, it's always going to be Casual Friday.
It's always, and well, here's the thing. The first joke he tells is actually sort of funny. And he clearly, whoever, somebody wrote that joke for him, and he said, and that was basically when he's like, I just need that one, and then I'll wing it myself. Here he is with Jimmy Fallon.
How many specials have you done, Stanislas?
I've done 9 now.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Good for you, 9 specials.
Well,
Pause it. Can we just talk about how breathless
It's already delightful.
Jimmy Fallon, 9.
So, Hitler, how many years you been in power for?
9. Oh my gosh, that's one bigger than 8.
And Jimmy Fallon, you can tell, is in hyper obsequious mode.
Yeah, what's that about? Why do you think that is?
He's trying to laugh because he knows he has no. He's probably afraid Dennis Miller's going to get political. He doesn't know what Dennis Miller's saying. He's just like, big fan. I don't know. It looked like he was disconnected and just told himself, I'm going to laugh at whatever Dennis says.
Big fan. Please don't make fun of migrants getting killed on the border.
There you go.
That will make the Roots
9
band
now.
upset.
And,
Good for you, 9 specials.
Well, listen, you've got the nightly gigs, so you've got to work hard, but I've been branching out trying to do other things. I'm working on writing some different kind of things. Like, for instance, tonight on the Hallmark Channel, I have a Christmas thing that I've written.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's about a very touching Hallmark Channel Christmas special about a blind teenager who self-pleasures while looking directly in an eclipse, and he miraculously regains his sight. It's called
What's it called?
It's called A Little Something Something for Joey.
That's amazing.
Working on a reality show about hoarders.
I think he's definitely
was the
bouncing
peak.
back, guys.
That was the peak.
Let me tell you something.
That's not a bad joke. I thought it wasn't
coming
that
back.
bad.
No,
But
who's
I'm not
Joey?
being
Who's Joey? I don't
facetious.
even get the joke.
who's
Well,
Joey?
explain
That
the joke
was
for me.
it's
something,
about
something.
jerking off into an eclipse. Do you really need any more content than that?
What's the joke?
I think there's some Christmas special with Joey, right? Or no?
Joey who?
A little something for Joey?
I'm Rachel Maddow. I'm writing a Hallmark
It's a
special
Joey
about
Christmas?
a teen who jerks off until he regains his sight.
Well,
I was expecting an actual joke when you guys said he started off
Well,
with it.
I think it's pretty
there's
funny.
No joke. There was no joke there at the beginning. Sam did a little mislead.
There you go. All right, but it gets better. Hold on.
Joey.
That's amazing.
Working on a reality show about hoarders with really impeccable taste. Quite frankly, they shouldn't throw anything away. No, you keep it all when you
It's a great project.
Yeah, sure.
These are great.
Just a couple things.
Yeah.
I'm working on.
Are you going back on tour in February?
I'm going to go out with Mark Steyn. He's a political commentator, but also a funny guy. We were sitting at dinner one night. He was making me laugh so hard. I said we should go out together. So late February and early March, we're going to go out and try a few dates.
All right, can we just pause it here? First of all, this is, he's being jovial about it, but this is so sad. He's thrown over Bill O'Reilly for Mark Steyn.
Who is Mark Steyn? I would love if anyone knew who he was.
I'm
He's
so
one of the
glad
most
you said that,
creepy
Andy.
people in media.
He is I think a British guy who lives in
Canadian,
who lives in Canada, but he spends
he is Canadian. He's literally, it's like Madonna. Like he studied there and got
you got a weird accent. And but the interesting thing about this guy is you have no idea who he is. He fills in for Limbaugh occasionally. He recently through arbitration, through a mediated settlement with Mark Levin's station, got $4 million because his show never got off the ground after a month or two. They had to pay him out $4 million. Now, it was an arbitration, and that means that he had some type of pay or play type of deal for $4 million. And unless that contract was for 75 years, there's no way that guy was going to generate $4 million. It's just an example of just right-wing money going dumped in there. But do we have, is this, okay, yeah. Here we have some footage of Mark Steyn. He did a music video called Putty Tat. It was about a cat. I am not kidding. Here it is.
The visuals are horrifying.
I thought I saw a pussycat a creeping up on me.
Should be just this video should just be like an Interpol red notice on child pornography.
I thought I saw a pussycat. I thought I saw a pussycat. I thought I saw a pussycat. I thought I saw a pussycat a creeping up on me. I did. I saw a pussycat as plain as he could be. He's watching you. That pussycat is very bad. He sneaks up from behind.
Okay,
if you're right wing, you can do
my
anything.
God. I didn't know it was going to be good. I love, you show me something where he's not hilarious and singing well.
You know, I'll tell you something. I know we played that like a couple of years ago, right? Or didn't we? And was it months ago?
Time's dilated.
But I got to say, it's gotten crazier since then. It has not aged well. I think things might have been just like we were so shocked by Trump that we watched that thing and it was, all right, here he is.
It was always terrifying.
Well, here he is. He's got another one, and it also has to do with another cat. He's got some type of cat obsession. This is Mark Steyn. She Only Talks That Way to the Cat is his song.
Oh, I love where his mind's going.
I was snoozing on the sofa when she came in from work. She started baby talking, and she sure didn't shirk. How's mama's pookie wookie? How's a big sweetie pie? I kinda smiled and I opened one eye. Yeah,
said shut up, right? She said shut up. Stop with the baby talk.
I was just about to answer her when I heard her say, "You so fat and lazy, but you're sweet as can be." That's when I knew she wasn't looking at me. I wish she'd talk.
Okay, we got to stop this. I don't know.
Mark Steyn is literally cucked by a cat.
But this guy must have had money beforehand, right? He's producing these videos. I don't understand.
Is he William F. Buckley's son? No, that's it. No, I can't even believe it. What category would you put this entertainment in?
Well, the first one is creepy because it's a kid's song, but it's done in a creepy way. So is it meant for kids or who's it meant for?
I feel
thought I saw a Pewdie cat.
I feel like it's meant for Mark Steyn and then everyone else who wants to look at it and go, what the hell is this?
It's my art.
And the second one, is it supposed to be self-deprecating? Because he should thank the woman for clearly working a job that allows him to nap on the couch all day under a bunch of newspapers.
Yeah, she only cares about the cat.
Well, it pays off, doesn't it?
So anyways,
did we cut before the punchline?
Well, we wanted to just give you a sense of who he's going on the road with. As you can see, this guy's a funny cat.
This guy's funny, just like you said. A political commentator, but also very funny.
Doesn't Bill O'Reilly have a right to be absolutely pissed?
If I'm Bill O'Reilly,
you got ditched for that guy, That's the most insulting thing imaginable.
And it's
Bill
also
O'Reilly may be a lecherous, almost certain, rampant drunk, but he is a broadcast talent.
Do you think he's sitting in his in Bill O'Reilly sitting in his office right now? Just
the cat guy? The cat guy.
I've been stabbed in the back.
He
What
left
is
me
it?
for
What
the
is the
cat guy.
German thing? Gewalterwing.
The cat
What
guy.
is it?
He left me
I'm
for
a
the cat
strong-
guy. Mark Stein's
No,
the
he's
cat guy.
saying
Left me
he's
for the cat.
saying someone get me Greg Gutfeld on the phone. I got to replace this guy.
All right, so here's Miller. We just took a little diversion there.
Political commentator, but also a funny guy. We were sitting at dinner one night. He was making me laugh so hard. I said we should go out together. So late February and early March, we're going to go out and try a few dates in the Northeast Quarter. I think it's like Rochester, New York, and Syracuse, and yeah, and we'll go.
Fun.
Although I just found out, I'm looking at the Syracuse ticket dates, and it's not selling that well. But the other three are doing well. I look at Syracuse. We're in the small town of Syracuse, and the same night they've booked us in there. Syracuse's college basketball team's playing Duke. At the,
nuts. You can't.
It's like me going into Duke Kabuki the day they signed the armistice or something. It's just like the silliest booking.
Oh my, yeah, silly. But this will, guys. If you're in Syracuse, tape the game.
Yeah.
No one tell anyone. No
there.
spoilers. And go see Dennis Miller. Yeah.
Hey, wait a
that's what you
second,
gotta do.
Jimmy.
Whoa, oh my God.
I signed up for alerts, and this one just came in. It's
gonna be good.
I get notification on what's going to happen that day for the Priyanka Chopra Nick Jonas wedding.
Wow.
And then tomorrow, Jim, we're playing Quidditch against Hogwarts, and it says here that it's not Muggle Quidditch, it's actual airborne because Nick got a trade out with NetJets. So
Oh my God, that is a great update that you're getting.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and that you get that,
Oh my
and
God.
you write a little something for Joey. I mean, how do you even get to do that?
To me, it's a cornucopia.
Fallon looked like he is. Even Fallon can't fake laugh at some of this. Exactly. The old "I'm getting alerts on my iPhone about Quidditch" joke. There's 144,000 people in Syracuse. Is that what he's claiming? He can't draw more than him in a basketball game? I wonder how big of a room. Well, he's actually he booked out a 25,000 person stadium.
Well, I mean,
Andy,
at least the Harry Potter reference is within this century.
If you could look at the faces on everyone in the studio, like Matt and Jamie in particular, just look so confused. Like, how is this like actual entertainment? And like, what? How did any of these people end up
I'm
where
not
they're
just
supposed to
doing
be?
politics anymore.
I'm
I
doing
teamed
really
up with
bad
a cool
comedy.
cat who does really bizarre cat videos, and for some reason, people prefer to see the Duke game.
It's a cautionary tale for all of us, isn't it?
Oh,
this could happen to any of us.
Now, we also have, don't we have another clip of Dennis Miller on a different show? Are we done with that one? That one.
Wait, I had some. Did you do where he goes, the Rocket Raccoon is classic.
Oh, is that coming up next?
No, it's really not.
This is on Jimmy Kimmel.
Priyanka Chopra? Who is that guy?
Who? What are you talking about?
Somebody.
Priyanka Chopra, Nick Jonas.
Yeah, must be somebody marrying one of the Jonas brothers.
Oh my God!
Just give me some of the give me some names of new people.
He has a popular culture alert on Google.
Yeah, give me some names of new people. Oh, he continues on.
If you don't show any more from this, they do show a chunk from Dennis Miller where he does. Coming up next year, they're going to have the Apple cufflinks.
Oh wait,
and then they're going to have the Apple catheter.
All right, we have more Fallon. We have more from Fallon. I didn't realize it went on for longer than that. Okay, here we go.
It's still going on.
Oh yeah.
I'm happy to have you here in the building in New York. Don't you love the city during the holidays, New York?
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm glad it's not snowing. De Blasio, not good with snow, obviously. I mean, it's like the Donner Party when it snows. Camp out at the bottom of the mountain and eat your kin.
Did he literally just say "huh" at the beginning of that premise?
I don't get the joke.
Bill de Blasio on the first snow, I think of his mayoralty, because of, I can't remember if it was a function of like a lot of the snowplow stuff had been privatized at that point, and what happens is they're not exclusive to the city, and unless they get an order early, they don't. They go off and take other gigs. And so there was some talk that supposedly he didn't do the Upper East Side. I think. Remember
Bill de Blasio was like,
Did he privatize the snowplows?
No.
Okay, so the joke doesn't make sense.
De Blasio would be like, yeah,
It's also
fuck
2
the
years
Upper
old.
East Side. I'm Bill
It's
de
not this
Blasio.
winter, right? It's not this winter.
2 years
That
old.
is
No, this is like 5 years old.
No, that's 2013.
Yeah.
That's 2013 material. Which, again, I think by Dennis Miller standards is highly
I
current.
brought this into, this is out of the aughts. I think I'm doing pretty good.
He's evergreen.
Yeah.
I'm back up. I'm refreshed and ready to go. I have references to 2010.
I got jokes so inside about Bill de Blasio, New Yorkers don't get it.
He saw that as like a tip of the hat to the old political comedian that he was.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do, stuff like de Blasio snow jokes. And now let me segue into my new family-friendly.
Yeah, let's see what else you got.
I went over to Macy's.
Pause it.
today.
I would want to bet. Hold on. I would like go up to Jimmy Fallon right then and just walk across the stage and go, I will give you $500,000 if you could tell me what that reference was. And he would, even though he laughed as hard as he did, like he wouldn't be able to, for a moment, to even know what that was about.
No, yeah, it was
They had
funny.
Santa
yeah.
Claus was already up, and they made a weird choice this year. They've gone with Bernie Sanders as Santa Claus.
Oh, that's very interesting.
All the children line up. They get up there. They hop up on his lap, and then he tells each kid what he would like from them, which is
That's amazing.
a little bit of a different thing this year.
Different take, yeah.
It's a fucking
But did you, how was your flight?
socialism. He takes stuff. He literally, can we take "That's amazing" as a drop, please?
That's
Oh, it's
amazing.
not clean. That's amazing.
Bernie Sanders is in the news again.
Because socialists
Well,
take things.
listen, the flight was lovely, but the plane made the ultimate mistake. It arrived early at the gate. And, you know,
That's the
it's
worst.
harder to get in to your airport when you arrive earlier at the gate than it is to get into the country. They take us all the way back out to the end of the runway. They turn off all the lights. You got to sit there. You can't move. I've got a weak bladder. I've got to go to the bathroom. So I'm waiting. You know, a guy goes in from row 1, and I'm thinking, I've got to get in there, but I'm in row 4, so I've got to look for a diversion. He comes out. I use that to take the flight attendant's attention away. I go up, boom, I'm in, like a shot. I pull the door. Great, but then I realized that he has had what I can only assume is a silhouette altering bowel movement, and now
A silhouette altering.
I'm trapped in there, so I don't.
Silhouette altering.
Oh, this is incredible.
Oh, boy.
That is the most disgusting joke I've ever heard in my life. And then Jimmy's trying to justify it because he said silhouette. I cannot. I literally can't believe he's doing and arrived at the gate early into bathroom junk.
I mean, bathroom humor is funnier than anything he's joked about so far, to be fair.
It's true.
True.
The
Not
guy's,
a
the guy's
silhouette
shadow.
It was a silhouette
He
moving.
took a huge
Bow,
poop
boom,
and his
boom,
shadow changed.
with it for half an hour. And we start moving back to the terminal. I come out because you got to return to your seat, and I got to make that face like, for all the people in the WAF zone, don't look at me. I didn't do it. It was just a
WAF zone. Good God.
The WAF zone.
But I like having you in the building. I feel like this is like. Well, have you been back
I haven't been back in a long time, Jim. We used to work with Saturday Night Live on 8, right?
Yeah,
and
that's
Letterman was here.
Yeah.
Letterman was here.
Hard
when
to
I did
remember.
Saturday Night Live, Conan was here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I first saw you on Saturday Night Live, I thought, well, this is the guy who should do it. I mean, you were absolutely great at it. And I even remember at some point I was honored. I think you did an impression of me at some point.
Yeah, I
didn't you?
did. Absolutely.
Do we have a photo of that? Or
They have, but I wasn't that good.
Organic.
But I tried to do
Totally
an impression of you.
that's pretty.
It's not that bad. Yeah, but I was a fan, so it was more. Yeah, I was honoring you.
I was
did one
a fan.
A couple of
I
years
was,
ago, I was,
Jimmy had to
I-
tell him I was a fan.
I was on SNL in the 90s. The last several years, I've been on YouTube channels complaining about Nancy Pelosi being a bitch.
Yeah.
So thank you.
How about Bill de Blasio?
How about Bill de Blasio in that snowstorm?
Right?
2013, am I right?
Remember when
I'm
we
sure
used to
that's
have
still
snow?
on the top of everyone's minds.
I haven't seen a misstep like that since Mario Procaccino made an offhand comment to John Lindsay back when Abe Beam came down from the back.
I just love, like, he could have. I mean, he wouldn't because he's so far right. But I mean, he could have taken some type of. He could have taken an Amazon shot at De Blasio. It's current. Everybody would have liked it.
No.
But he wouldn't do that.
Never in a million years.
He loves him. Yeah.
He could have taken a current shot at him. Unbelievable. This is the greatest thing I ever saw. I saw it last night in chunks. Oh,
Here we go.
so great.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never seen Dennis Miller do an
Like
impression.
cadge it out of me if you try.
What do you guys think? You guys see
I
the
do. What a nice crowd.
Cadge it out
I
of
do
him.
Rocket
Cadge it.
Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Ready? Where's
Yeah.
my camera there?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
The old
fly in
doesn't do
from
the best.
California to New York to do a raccoon impression.
Oh, it's so you. I love it.
Thank you,
'Cause,
Jimmy.
I didn't understand what just happened.
Okay.
Are we supposed to know who Rocket Raccoon is?
Well,
I thought you would, though. I thought that was a current reference, maybe.
No, I know who it is. It was a movie. It's actually we're in I think the third iteration of that movie, and kids know it. And he was going to do an impression and then said, "Nah, I'm joking."
Yeah, because he was saying, of course, that is the ultimate. And they say, I'm a comedian. This guy's really tearing it apart.
Tearing it apart.
Watch the cut here by the crew.
Yeah, just not going to fly in from California to New York to do a raccoon impression.
Oh, it's so you. I love it.
It was so the way you were going to do an impression and then you blew it off for no reason and it wasn't funny.
So they cut this. They cut this out. Now, as you know, Andy, this show is not live. They air it. They shoot it around 5 or 6, and then they air it later that night. They cut after Fallon says it's so you, and then they cut to Dennis Miller just going like, "What? Really?" Like
California to New York to do a raccoon impression.
Oh, it's so you. I love it.
Thank you, Jimmy.
When you meet people, who you think they are. I've been a fan of yours forever.
That's sweet of you, Jim. When I watch you, I always think you seem to inhabit when you were on Saturday Night Live doing the news, and I thought this kid's, was it a dream of yours, or like when you were young?
I watched every Saturday Night Live. I was religiously. That's the only thing I ever wanted to do. I just loved it so much.
I remember when it happened for me. I was writing jokes in Pittsburgh. I was working at a comedy club, and a kid came into town. I won't say his name, but he bought some jokes off me, and then I went back to my apartment. I'm living in this crap $60 a month apartment with a hot plate, I'm eating ramen off a double album cover, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching this guy on The Tonight Show with Johnny, and he tells a joke that I've written, and Johnny Carson, falls out, and I'm sitting there leading the crappiest life imaginable. Yeah. I don't know about you. At that point, I thought I have to become the conduit for these jokes, even though I was reticent up front. I was kind of shy about doing it. But it's sort of like living in East Berlin, and you're walking on your side of the wall, and they're shooting snitches, and on the other side of the wall, they're playing racquetball, and everybody's getting laid. You think, I gotta...
Pause it for 1 second. Wow. Now, just... If you don't know, the wall came down 25 years ago.
I'm a raconteur.
And not to be pedantic about it, but people definitely got laid more on the east side of the wall. They've done studies.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Women had more orgasms.
Oh, I didn't know that. I see. Maybe maybe it's not so bleak in North Korea.
We should say we have an update. A little something for Joey. Something for Joey was a made-for-TV movie about John Cappelletti, a Penn State football player who gave his Heisman Award to his brother Joey, who was dying of leukemia. That was from John Ferson on Twitter. We should also tell you that movie was made in 1975.
So Jimmy Fallon is fake remembering the reference?
I'm sure Jimmy Fallon remembers a movie from when he was 1. A made-for-TV movie from when he was 1.
Before Dennis comes on, like, all right, Jimmy, like, here are the references. They range from
I'm sure Jimmy does a lot of show prep.
1960 to 1977.
Yeah. 1975 reference. That was 40 years ago.
I love the look on Jimmy Fallon's face when you can almost see him going, What am I fake laughing at now? I don't even I'm a little confused. I need more focus for my fake laugh. I know it's not funny, but there's got to be a way in from why I'm cackling.
Exactly. Wait, I got to wrap this around. Oh, something for Joey.
That's so you. It's so you.
Yeah, that was. I enjoyed that moment when Dennis Miller was like, "Wait, what? Really? All right, I guess. Okay. Mental note. I got to go that direction with more. Got to do that more. Less references.
Be
more
sort of sad and down.
More pretending I'm going to do an impression.
That's the new thing. I'm going to pretend that I'm going to do an impression.
He's so delightful now. That's the thing. Now that he's gone away from the politics, you can just see the pure joy that Dennis has with life, and he just wants to communicate it.
It's true. It really comes across.
He was laughing with Mark Steyn at dinner, and how can you not? And he said, let's go out together. Where are we going? Rochester, Ithaca, Utica, and Elmira just dropped out, cha-cha.
Can you imagine them sitting at the table together, maybe singing back and forth like a duet to I Thought I Saw a Putty
This is
Cat?
incredible, the cat material. We got to book a room in Kingston ASAP. This is going to light up an audience in Central Islip.
I just got a booking. We're going to have to shoot down to Pennsylvania, but on I-80 in between Pittsburgh and Philly, I got a truck stop. It's huge. No sporting events for miles.
Hey, this is the only time I've laughed while I've eaten since 1993. Let's go out.
Although, to be fair, I mean, just think of the poor Syracuse undergrads that are like, I can't miss Syracuse and Duke. That's going to be an incredible game. But
I'll tape it.
Damn it, Mark Steyn and Dennis Miller.
How many times
the same night?
These guys are only coming twice this year to Syracuse.
Yeah, and Dennis Miller is the Zion Williamson of comedy.
But I mean, I want to just break this down for a moment. I want to break this.
Wait, I missed him. I missed the reference.
Zion. Now
he's a really good Duke player.
Oh, okay.
I'm the Jason Kidd of comedy.
3
Current
weeks
reference.
ago or a month ago, there's a story in the Wall Street Journal. He wants to get away from politics.
Out of politics and into the arms of Mark Steyn.
And he's going on tour with Mark Steyn. Like, you got to ask yourself, like, does the guy not know anybody? Like, is no one else eating lunch with him that he can't?
Yeah, clearly. He's yelling. I mean, look at this. This whole interview.
You can't even get Greg Gutfield to go on tour.
There's always pathos with Miller because this whole interview, as much of a just massive asshole he is, I go through this interview and I'm like, this is so sad. This clearly is some type of favor called in. He gets an opportunity to be back in the big leagues, but switch to baseball analogies. His throwing arm is just off.
Right.
It isn't happening. Fallon clearly, I can tell through his nice guy shtick, he resents having to struggle this much to pretend it's funny. And it's just so much pathos, man. I mean, and then it's like, yeah, I want to get out of this politics. Let me call my good show business buddies up. And you end up with a favor delivered by Fallon and a tour with Mark Steyn, which is a downgrade from Newsmax Bill O'Reilly.
I think that somebody probably went to Fallon and said, look, Jimmy, someday it could be you. And you got to give.
Probably will.
You give now to get back from the Jimmy of
you think Fallon? I don't think it'll be politics though. It'll just be sort of like a general. It'd be really funny if Fallon all of a sudden just becomes incredibly hostile. Like fuck you.
Right.
He like washes Trump's hair in like another episode.
And
what if he just started mussing everybody's hair up very aggressively and angrily?
Or starts like,
remember when I had a career until I went this
pulls
and did
it out,
this?
pulls it out. Andy,